chairperson of this program, Mr. Dr. Prem Dangal, and distinguished friends on the dais and all the participants, dear friends and comrades from different organizations of South Asia. First of all, I would like to extend my best wishes for the grand success of this gathering, this meeting, this conference, whatever you say. With desired fruits, this conference will be concluded, I believe, and I wish like that. I would like to welcome you all from different organizations from South Asian countries. All friends are welcome here in Nepal. I believe that your stay here in Nepal is comfortable. If there is any problem, Dr. Dangal, I request you to tell me. And our friends' stay must be comfortable one.
Thank you.
Today I am very happy that I am together with you here. Amongst you, some of are very old friends of mine, and some are new friends. But all, I think, and I find like old friends of mine, all of you. We are living in the same subcontinent, in same region, which is still not got rid of abject poverty, hunger, etc. That is because perhaps in each and every country of South Asia depend on agriculture, basically, and their income is very low. In other developed countries, if you introduce yourself like farmer, then they think that farmer a great man. But in our region, if you introduce yourself as a farmer, then people think illiterate or uneducated, poor guy, who is in trouble. Like this people think. So we have to change the situation. And to change the situation, everyone among us knows that the politics is the main policy of all policies. Politics guides everything. And there is a struggle between capitalism and socialism. We know that very well. Capitalism starts from capital, earning, benefit, etc. And socialism starts from human beings, their welfare. People talk about socialism, but they do not define, even political parties and leaders do not define that much about socialism. But they use the word socialism. What is socialism? Our party has simply defined as prosperous Nepal, happy Nepali. Nepal should be prosperous and Nepali people should be happy. All the efforts that people make, people do, whatever they do, for what they do for the happiness. Happiness is the ultimate aim, goal, everything of the human being. happiness. Everybody wants happiness. So, in our ancient epics also, it said, Sarve bhavantu sukhina. That is in Sanskrit. At that time, the learned people were using the language Sanskrit. It doesn't mean that I am talking about this or that section of society, not, but the history. Thousands of years ago, people knew that human beings, their ultimate desire is to get happiness, to be happy. For that, the biological, natural, and the needs as human beings must be achieved easily by all human beings, very easily. The natural and the human needs, which are correct, they must be available to all. That is prosperity, security, dignified life. These things, basically. The first tendency of the life, living things, is security. First thing they need security. For security, two aspects. From outside, they want to be secure from the outside threats. And second, they want to be secured by food, meal, etc. And then other needs start when they are secured. So security is the first thing. For that, poverty must be eradicated. Like this, I don't want to talk in detail about all these things because you have very few time and still there are two speakers left. Now you have started a very good thing that the peasant association, peasants are associated, they are organized. That is good thing in Nepal and in different countries, in other countries also of South Asia. Peasants are organized, that's good. And the organized people, organized peasants of different countries are together in one place, are together and has formed one, what do you say?
South Asian Peasants Coalition.
South Asian Peasants Coalition, yes. South Asian Peasants Coalition. SAPC, you say in short. Yeah. You have organized this, and this is second time that we are gathered here. Second time. That's good. And we have to continue this. And we have to talk about the recently relevant agendas, which are currently most important agendas. And we in Nepal, when I was Prime Minister at that time, I launched some programs to reform the agricultural sector, to bring changes in the agricultural sector. We South Asian people, we are from that area, that part of the earth, from where the civilization was started, in fact. From here the civilization was started. When the human beings entered into the era of farming, then new era of modern era started. So, this was this place. The farming was started here. The cattle, to tame the cattle, first cattle is the domestic one, was started here, firstly. And some 10,000 or more years before, agriculture was started here. And the world, the human beings, was developed as society and entered into a new and modern era. This is the place. This is South Asia. And we must feel proud of that. Because our ancestors were learned people, innovators, researchers, and who contributed for the development of human society. They developed policy, politics, developed here. Political parties, these things also, in different ways, developed here. The struggles developed here. The researchers developed here. And so many researches. Our history was, for some reasons, for some 100 years, we were pushed back. That was another thing. But until for 400-500 years before, we were advanced than, power than other part of the world. But because of colonial era, we were pushed back for some time. And our history also was covered by dust. Today, perhaps we study in our schools and campuses and universities that Newton was the scientist who established the theory of gravitation. In fact, is that true? That was the Newton was of 16th century. But in 5th century, Aryabhat from Nalanda University, he invented the theory of gravitation. In 5th century, and in 12th century, another learned person, he was Bhaskaracharya. He wrote a book in 1150. The name of the book was Siddhanta Shiromani. He explained in details about the theory of gravitation. We have the book, but that is in rack. And we are reading that Newton, and the teacher of Newton, Galileo, was surprised how the apple fell down from the tree. Why that didn't went up? Why it fell downwards? Like these things. There are so many things I don't want to mention and waste the time now. But our ancestors were like that. They find out so many things. Math, astronomy, and so many other things they invented. And our part, we have sea, we have mountains, we have diversity of so many things, natural, bio, other diversities and social diversities as well. This is our poverty. In these diversities, we can produce, increase, develop, expand so many things. We can use these diversities positively. And now, we have to, of course, sometime when we talk about agriculture and other things and development and technology, etc., we are sending our students in Israel to study, to learn about the agriculture. It's a pity what we are doing. This like lively land, no desert. This is very lively land. Life is here. The grasses, the trees, everything produced here. From small insects to big like elephant, rhinos and others are here. There may be big countries by land, by size, but they have not that sort of liveliness, not that sort of life in that soil, in that environment, in that climate, in that atmosphere. But we have. So we can produce everything. And so far we talk about the agriculture. This land is very fertile. We have rivers. We have so many other things to irrigate, to recharge the soil by water. We have so many things. We can use this fertile land. And we have to use two things. We have to modernize our agriculture, one thing. How to modernize? You have to talk about this. How to modernize the agriculture? If we talk land to the tillers today, it doesn't work. Fragmentation of land, it also doesn't work. Now we have to take another way. You have to find out that way because you are involved in that area particularly. I see overall things, but you and your organizations are studying, are doing those things. So you have to, particularly you have to discuss and find out the ways how to modernize agriculture. And secondly, how to use technology for the development, for the production, to develop the production and productivity, how to use technology. And for this, how we can make positive decisions for this from the government. Government's attitude and decisions must be favorable and positive to the peasants. For the development of peasants and for the modernization of agriculture, commercialization of agriculture, without modernization and commercialization, we cannot develop agriculture. So, to modernize, to commercialize, to mechanize, and to use technology to develop growth rate, etc. And for that, the government policies must be, of course, friendly to the peasants friendly. For these things, you have to draw conclusions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many points? What is the situation? What are the problems? And what are the possibilities? And how we can materialize those possibilities? How we can achieve them? And then I can assure that, on behalf of my party, I can assure that to my government, I will suggest those things and give pressure on behalf of the party to work by policy and by action in favor of the peasants. Peasant-friendly policies and peasant-friendly budgeting, peasant-friendly implementation or practice. And if we produce in a huge volume, then we can get market. In today's world, market is not that much huge problem. But if we produce in a small scale, then we cannot get market. We cannot send in our desired destination, desired markets where the markets are available, we cannot reach there. So things should be produced in volume. In one place, one type of thing, in another type of things. It's pity that agricultural sector, in 1968 in India, Green Revolution came. But Nepal, until now, the peasants have not listened about Green Revolution. In Mexico, in 30s decade of 1930s, there was yes, yeah, and it was concretized in a book in 1942, and the scientist was awarded by Nobel Peace Prize in 1970. And in India also some scholars did research on economics and other things. And from other countries, we have to learn from the positive results and achievements from different countries. We have to share those things. How other countries, our neighbors, our friends are achieving more better results. We have to learn from those things. Anyway, I believe that this coalition of peasants in South Asia will bring concrete results, basically on policy matters. You have to find out the policy matters so that we can give pressure to the governments. As a waiting government is said, the opposition parties always said that government in waiting. And we are most popular party in Nepal. So most of the people vote for us. So we are a strength. We can give pressure to the government too. So please do it. And we'll work according to your prescription, your findings, your suggestions, and whatever you suggest us, we will implement. Whether we are in the government or in opposition. That doesn't matter, that doesn't bring very serious difference, huge difference. Of course, there is a difference to be in the government or in opposition, of course. If I was in the government, then I would say that I'll implement the policies you formulate. But I am not in the government, so I cannot say like that. But I give pressure to the government, and I'll compel the government to do those things, to take such steps, to implement those policies. Now I don't want to take more time of you. It's my pleasure, really pleasure that I'm amongst you this afternoon and got opportunity to share my few opinions amongst you. And I didn't get opportunity, I have another work to attend now, so I have to leave now.